11 reasons why the NBA should ban the next season. Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribe to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to NBA Hub. The 2019-20 NBA season's bubble has been executed as well as we would have hoped, but that doesn't mean that the 2020-21 NBA season could just go on in cities without fans. The NBA's players were safe in a summer bubble, but the next season probably won't again be played in a bubble, so the only options are either to move it to another country or to ban the 2020-21 season. Let's look at some arguments brought up by NBA experts on what decision to choose. Number 11. What do health experts think? According to Johns Hopkins University, COVID-19 was contracted by over 22 million people, and as of August 19, more than 750,000 people died from it. Nearly 5.5 million people have contracted it in the United States, and more than 170,000 people have died. While we know more about COVID-19 today than last winter, and the American population is swiftly accepting face masks, the spread in the United States is still much higher than other developed parts in the world, like Canada, South Korea, or the European Union. As a result, Americans are prohibited from non-essential international travel to certain countries they'd otherwise have visa-free travel to, such as Canada and the Schengen region of the EU. For now, health experts agree that this winter will spread the coronavirus more quickly as people gather more in closed spaces. This time also coincides with the start of the NBA season for 2020-21, with a normal start date for the season around December the 1st. The new Orlando, Florida bubble has turned out just as well as we would have hoped. No players tested positive for the virus after 22 teams joined and finished initial quarantines last July. Number 10. Zach Cimini's stance. At some point, players will ultimately head home where they could be exposed to the virus again. And although NBPA Executive Director said in July that it's likely next season will need to be in a bubble again, it's uncertain whether the players are ready to endure another long period of time in another isolated setting. Since the Orlando bubble is working for 2020-21, it's possible for the NBA to just wash, rinse, and repeat it. But apart from cooling temperatures after the federal elections in November, we could have a potential shift in political leadership, which could trigger a period of turmoil through January. That should also be taken into consideration given the political climate in America. And in a world where the crazy has become possible, it wouldn't shock me to see either the NBA being stopped for 1 year. Number 9. Ben Mehik's stance. For the foreseeable future, the coronavirus shut down fan attendance in professional sports. It's expected to launch the next NBA season in December, right when flu and another outbreak might be on us. For a hypothetical NBA season 2020-21, shouldn't there be any fans? So would the NBA consider taking the lead abroad to another country that have better handled the virus? Canada, Australia, the European Union, Korea, if the players don't want to be in another bubble for an extended period? Or should they just ban it? Number 8. Osman Bake's stance. The NBA deserves credit for what they have done in the bubble. There was a lot of doubt about whether or not this will succeed, which continues to knock on wood. And at least my opinion is that we can take a step back and let the NBA do its thing. The league has entered the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure they're going to have a plan A, B, and C that takes player and fan security seriously. If I had to guess, I think that regional bubbles make sense as they push further into the 2020-21 timetable with the option to reevaluate. I find it hard to imagine this league getting banned. Number 7. Matt Modderno's stance. The players will certainly not be on board with another bubble. It seems like a consensus, particularly one that needs to last much longer than this one. By this point, it's a foregone conclusion to be that sadly there'll be no fans of an NBA season 2020-21. I wouldn't mind having the NBA briefly move to a cool place like New Zealand, or being deferred for 1 season. Number 6. Ben Becker's stance. I can't think of a group of people less eligible than our little cohort of internet basketball dorks. That said, I think the NBA TV viewing experience is by a wide margin the best of all the sports that have come back. I would expect the league to make game telecasts a priority for the benefit of its media partners. Number 5. Mike Barner's stance. Keep in mind as well that fans bring increased risk to star players, coaches, games, ops, etc. So any potential gain from gate receipts can well be balanced by the added risk to the product. It's also possible that opening games to fans will be very costly unless there's a vaccine or rapid response check. And I'd expect the NBA to draw on what's been going on with teams remaining in America for next season in Orlando. Number 4. Kevin Broom's stance. Moving overseas in the States creates a scheduling challenge for TV. For some reason, teams play weeknights. An idea that I like. Regional bubbles where 6 teams meet at one location and play round robin basically. Probably the league could do something fun with the format to reward the teams to win their bubble. I think that it would be unwise for them to prepare next season and have fans at the games. Number 3. Yaniv Rubenstein's stance. I think the pandemic represents a great opportunity to try out new formats. A new bubble is probably a must, might be multiple space and time bubbles. I'll go anyway where the NBA ends up playing the season 2020-21, but I would also accept if the 2020-21 season was cancelled. Now is probably the time to leave the East-West division, having an enjoyable season for at least 1 season and inventive ways too. Number 2. Allen Jenkins' stance. I don't think the NBA would consider switching to a foreign country if the outbreak occurs again, because it's going to be a logistical nightmare or TV nightmare scheduling. I understand that guys don't want to be separated from their families for an extended period of time, and I'm curious if there could be one or multiple bubbles going on all at once, but then bursting so much the team members can see their mates. It's not ideal, but I guess the only way to handle this situation is to stop the NBA for 1 year. Number 1. Albert Nahmad's stance. I think that the risk of the virus spreading further is too high for the league to be continued. Therefore, I think the 2020-21 season shouldn't be moved to another place in the world, but instead be completely banned. What do you think? Should the next NBA season be played in the USA or somewhere else in the world? Or should it be banned completely? Let us know in the comments down below. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.